In today's segment of Food for Thought, we're going to talk about why your decision to go to college may be the very reason why you're not able to get into a home. Let's talk about it. All right. What's going on, guys? It's your man Vic, and I am the House Son of Columbia. And like I said, we're going to talk about student loans, going to college, and how that has affected you for being able to get a home. So the reason I thought about doing this video is this morning when I was in the gym, I spoke with a guy in there, and he said, "Hey man, I recognized you from somewhere," and we just started talking, asking questions or whatever. I coach football, or what school did you go to, that type of thing. Were you in the Army, blah blah blah. So anyway, he said, "You know what? I recognize you from YouTube, and I've been watching your videos." And he said, "I'm also on your Facebook page," and I'm like, "Okay." And so we talked about that, and he said, "Man, I really want to get into a home, but my credit is messed up." And I started asking him some questions, and found out that he did have a student loan debt on there, and he wasn't currently paying it. So he's in default. He's not in forbearance, which would help him, and he's not paying it on time, so he's in default. Now with the government loan, that is one of the fastest ways to hurt your score. It will lower your score, and it will drastically affect you until you start paying it on time. And for a period of time, you have to pay it on time, set up some kind of payment plan possibly, and just make sure you pay it on time and your score will begin to increase. Now, obviously, I didn't ask him other questions. I don't know everything. He may not be telling me, as far as any other late things, or does he have any other delinquent type things, or check cash in, or things that I've seen on people's accounts that are also affecting him. So I don't know that, but I do know student loans is what I see the most when I talk to the lender about getting things straight for my clients. So generally what we tell our clients is, if you have a student loan that's in default, you need to get it in forbearance, or if you are unable to get it in forbearance for whatever reason, you need to get into a payment plan. And just get that payment plan set, whether it's $50 or $90, whatever it is per month, and pay it for at least eight to 9 months, and your score will begin to increase. It will show in good standing. And then we can do a rescore and get your score up. All right. Also, some things like getting a secure credit card would help, but really getting that stuff paid on time and current. All right. It's unfortunate that I'm seeing a lot of student loans affect my clients lately. All right. So that's why I wanted to talk about that. I'm not against college at all. I'm for it. But I'm also for it depending on who it is and the situation. All right. My mom, she is a big advocate of school. I remember one time, man, in 8th or 9th grade, I came home with a C. She told the coach he's not playing no more until he gets his grade up. I never had a C again after that, because she was just a big proponent of education, and that's cool. But like in the 60s and 70s, it was, especially in the black community and the black families, it was big to be the first one in the family to go to college and get your degree, move on, get a job or whatnot. That was a real big thing to do that after segregation and everything. So just to be able to go to those schools, it was a big honor. And I think times have changed because pay is not where it should be. College is increasing. It's increasing way faster than the pay is, the average wage, right? You have jobs where you have to have a bachelor's or a master's in order to get a certain pay. But even when your pay increases, it's not increasing to the point that's going to help you pay back the student loans. A student loan is almost like having a mortgage, man. You're having that for a number of years with interest on it that you're trying to pay back. And then you're living check to check trying to pay your regular bills for a car. People want to have, either rent, you got to have a place to stay, food, groceries, kids want things, and you're still thinking about this student loan. And in your mind, student loan is the last thing. Like, man, I got to pay this car note because I got to drive that. I got to have a place to stay. I got to pay my rent or mortgage or whatever it is. And a student loan takes a back seat. Student loans are really affecting your credit score, and it's unfortunate. So I've seen people that had the student loan and either went to college to get a a refund check. Older, like if they're older, like 30, 31, 32, I'm gonna go back to school. And now they're getting refund checks. And they're not finishing, or they're not taking it serious. Or some people are doing it to, better themselves from a bachelor's to a master's, or associate to a bachelor's, to help increase their opportunity to get more pay at their job or get a better job. And that's great as well. But I think we should start talking to our young kids about opportunities to do trades or other things that will benefit them as well, and not have them in a position to be living in debt for the rest of their life on a student loan that they use to go for business management or business administration or sports medicine or whatever, and then they don't even use the degree. People are getting degrees and not working in that field. So the degree they went for is, that program was this much, but the job they're doing now, their wage is not equivalent to it. So we have to have a real conversation with our children, some family members, and ask them, what are you taking this class or major for? With this major, what are you planning to do with it to live? And how much does it make? Will it help pay back your student loans? I have a client of mine that's a nurse practitioner. As a nurse practitioner, she found a job. It was a little bit further away than what she wanted, but they paid back half of her student loans. That was beneficial to her. There's some teacher programs. If you become a teacher, they'll pay back your student loans. If you go to the military, they'll pay back your student loans. Or if you go in the military, you can go to school for free. So have a real conversation with people, because it is affecting them down the line. We're thinking about the now, not thinking about later. We're wanting to get a house and being in debt for the rest of your life. I went to a great school, man, Lower Richland High School. A lot of people, it gets a bad rap, and I don't know why, but there's a lot of successful people that have went to school. So to show you I'm not against school and how it can be beneficial, but in the right time for the right person. When, I have somebody I went to school with named Travis Sumter. He's a lawyer, went to school, and he's doing great. His income from where he works and his job is going to be able to help him pay back whatever student loans he got. It was beneficial for him to go to school and get a degree. It was beneficial for my client to go get her nurse practitioner, to become a nurse practitioner and pay back those student loans, because the income is equivalent to help pay back those student loans and not be in debt and still purchase a home. Someone else I went to school with, Valeria White. Now she's Scott. She's married now, so Valeria White Scott. She has her own practice in Georgia, Hope Anger Management. So she went, I believe, recently and just got her master's. Speaking of masters, somebody I went to school with, Veronica Goodwin. She also went and got her master's. That's going to help her at her current job as well. A homeboy of mine went to school with, Lower Richland High School. He got his, I believe, associates in HR and human resources. And he's making great money being HR at Amazon. So you can get a degree and get a good job and help pay back your student loans. But if you're getting a degree and then you're not working in that field that's going to help pay back your student loans, or you're getting a degree in a field that, just the income is not going to help you, why do it? So why not talk to our kids about trades? Okay, like me, I'm a real estate agent. It does not require a degree, but you can make a great living. I own a trucking company, Veterans Trucking Company. It does not require a degree for me to own a trucking company, right? You can do that. I know home inspectors, being in real estate, have no degree, but they have a certification to do that. HVAC inspectors, they can do that. You can be a contractor if you're good at, building houses or doing things and handiwork, things like that. You don't need a degree for that. You just go get your certification, right? I have a cousin that sells cars in North Carolina, Dante McCleary, Scott Nissan. If you're living in Charlotte or you know anybody in Charlotte, have them go to Scott Nissan, call my cousin, ask for Dante McCleary. He'll take care of you. No degree, but he has a great job, making great income, selling cars. Somebody else I went to school with, Chris Nile. I don't know whether he has a degree or not, but he owns a barbershop. So it's things that you can do outside of getting a degree and having that debt over your head and still have a good living. All right. So let's have a real good conversation with our kids. My son is 16. My daughter is 7. We need to have those conversations with our kids now to find out, what do you want to go to school for? If they don't know now, try to help them. Say, have you thought about this? And they think about something, you say, well, okay, do the research and find the jobs that you can get with going to school for that. And then tell me what they pay. Now let's look at how much your student loans are going to be. Let's look at what you would make on this job. And then let's look at that. Let's look at what you would have to pay back for this. How is it going to affect you getting a home later? You know, these things really matter, but we're not talking about it. And the kids aren't finding out about it until they're 27 and 28 or 30, 31, 32. They're young now, but I'm telling you, man, it's things that you put in their head now that, you know, down the line are like, I'm glad my mom or dad told me about this. And when you don't, they're saying, my parents never told me this. I wish I would have known this. And now I wouldn't be in the position I'm in now. So, excuse me, I got a little cold, throat hurting. But I really wanted to get this information out. Talk to your kids now. Find out what it is they want to do. Let's help our youth. Let's help our community not be in debt. There's things that you can do, like you can even work at Westinghouse, Snyder, that used to be Square D. These are all things that make great money, good jobs. You can people are graduating high school, working there for 20, 30 years, retiring, and have a good living. So don't pressure your kids to go to school just for the fact of saying my kid graduated college, or, oh, you're to be a proud parent of that. But now you got your child in debt, or you yourself as a parent is in debt, you know, and it's not worth it. You know, one more person, my cousin, he went to USC, graduated. He works in Charlotte now. He went for IT. He did 2 summers of internship, went to Charlotte, making great money, just purchased a home. He's like 23 years old or whatnot. So again, I'm not against college because it does help and work, but it has to be aligned right. Don't just be going to school to say I'm going to school. Oh, I go to USC, I go to Allen, or I go to Benedict, or I go to South Carolina State, and then you got a degree, don't know what to do with it, not working it, but you got this student loan and debt over you for 20, 30, 40 years for the rest of your life. For what? So that's just my thoughts. Tell me what you think. Comment below. All right. Let's talk about it. Let's have some dialogue. And if I'm missing the point or missing something, or my point is not valid, tell me that. But that's just my opinion. But I see it in real estate every day, and I'm trying to help as many people as I can get into homes. And student loans are a main factor of why they're not able to get into homes right now. And if you do have student loans that you're in default with, get with the people, get yourself on a payment plan, start paying it back, at least pay it for, 8 to 12. Let's get you approved, get you in a home. And after that, if you don't want to pay it, do whatever you want. But just get yourself on track to purchase a home. And that is one of the main things. That's a government loan. The loan that you're going to want, which is the FHA, USDA, VA, whatever it is, are also government loans. They're not going to approve you for a government loan when you're in default with another government loan. All right, man. I'm your man, Vic. I am the Hot Son of Columbia, and I hope you guys have a great and blessed day. For all my YouTube people, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Holla back at your boy.